My friends, let's do a reading. I wanted to do a divine counterpart check-in. Before I begin, I just want to tell you to be careful for book scammers in my comment section. I've been trying to remove them, but it's impossible to keep up with them. There's so many of them. I do believe it's a scam though, so just don't fall for any book recommendations in any tarot reader's comments. I see them in any tarot reader that I watch, I see them. And just, be careful about other comments in my comment section. Take them with a grain of salt. If you have someone telling you that, divine counterparts aren't real or anything like that, take it with a grain of salt. But anyway, I won't say any more about that. But I wanted to do a counterpart check-in. Earlier I did do a love reading. It wasn't meant to be a counterpart check-in. And usually with these types of readings, I always do an energy check so that you know if it's yours. And I know I've been saying this a lot, but I just feel like I have to say it again. Keep in mind that not every reading I do will be yours. That's why I do these in-depth readings with so much information so that you know if it's yours or not. And any reading that you're called to watch intuitively, it could be that there's just, a few messages that you need to hear. But yeah, listen to your intuition. If it's your reading, you'll feel it's your reading. Things will click, you'll have, like my favorite reader says, things like pennies will drop. Things will make sense. You'll know if it's yours. If it feels confusing and you're making things fit, then it's not for you. I just pulled my hair out. So just keep that in mind. I'm also Harry Potter, could be symbolic. I'm wearing a Harry Potter sweater today with like love potion on it. But anyway, let's do a reading after all that. I know that some of my subscribers can see right through me. I know that some of my subscribers can see right through my energy, and I am feeling a little tired. I thought about taking a break today, but Spirit told me to come on and do this reading, so here I am. So let's get into it. My eye is leaking. Maybe you're crying, I don't know. So let's see if this is your reading. We're going to look at the current energy. And then I'm going to pull cards to see your current energy to make sure it's your reading. And then we'll get your person's energy. So let's start there. These readings can be long. So let's see if this is your reading. Also, I made the mistake. And I'm not going to ever bring up pit bulls again, but I made the mistake of bringing up pit bulls in a reading earlier and I triggered some people, so I won't be doing that again. I was using it as an example, but like I said, I triggered some people, so I won't be doing that again. So if I triggered you with my talk of pit bulls, I apologize. Let's keep it tarot related here, love related. So let's see what's going on between you and your person. Remember, this is the energy check, so we're looking at what's surrounding you right now. Nothing surrounding you. Nothing came out. Let's go again. That just means specific cards want to come out. Separation. First card out. Like I said, specific cards want to come out. So you're currently in separation with your person. Sadness, missing you, thinking about you, yearning, unsure of future. So clearly you're in separation and unsure of the future of this connection. Let's see what else. We have the dragonfly. Interesting. Be lighthearted, finding out things coming to light, adapt, change, and heal. So things could be coming to the surface for you right now, especially with Mercury in retrograde ending. Things could have come to light over Mercury in retrograde, and I'm not saying that this person reached out to you, but there could be some things bubbling up to the surface that you're working on, things that you are realizing you need to adapt, change, and heal. Let's get another one, and I'll confirm all these cards. What is currently surrounding you? You could be trying to remain lighthearted. What else is surrounding you? What else is surrounding you? We have the clock. So, needs time, takes time, in time, cycles, time to heal, progress. With the dragonfly, I was just hearing, that's another thing, that I'm an intuitive reader. So the things I hear, like I hear messages. So the things I'm hearing for a reason. But I was hearing that you might have recently, like something could have come to light for you about your person. Like maybe you heard your person took up with someone else, or you found out something about your person. We do have separation as the first card, so I feel like you're still in separation. But we have this, so needs time, takes time, in time, cycles, time to heal, progress. We have unconditional love, so it feels like right now you're trying to unconditionally love yourself. And I always say that this journey is not, it's about you. It's about coming home to yourself and healing things that maybe you've struggled with all your life. We have abundance, keeping a positive mindset. This is nice. So again, you could have just recently found something out, but you're trying to keep a positive mindset. But I also think that dragonfly is about things coming to the surface, or you having realizations about things that you need to change and heal and adapt to. And trying to keep a positive mindset. Very nice. Very nice. So let's look under, let's confirm these cards. So under separation, we have not enough, frustrated in relationship, lack of confidence, self-sabotage, fearing ego issues, and jealousy. So it feels like part of why, well, first of all, we have a lot of cards here about you understanding that this is going to take time and change doesn't happen overnight, and trying to keep a positive mindset. But I feel like part of the reason for separation could have been that there were fear and ego issues, self-sabotage, not feeling enough, whether that was you, your person, or both. I feel like it was a little bit of both. I always say it's never just one person. All right. Maybe for a while, the separation made you feel like you weren't enough. Like maybe you had that mindset of, if I was good enough, they'd want to be with me. But there's deeper things going on here. Dragonfly. Very specific cards want to come out. Dragonfly. We have Cupid's arrow, have faith, love is coming. So it does feel like you're trying to adapt, change, and heal, and have faith that if it's meant to be, it'll come back around. Let's look at clock. Needs time, takes time. Healing heart, exactly. Healing doesn't happen overnight. Healing takes a long time. It can take years. Well, I always say healing is a lifelong journey. But we do have underneath, needs time, takes time. We have healing heart, healing from heartbreak. So, and that takes time to heal from that. This is good. Unconditionally loving. I feel like you're learning how to unconditionally love yourself. What is going on here? Very specific cards want to... Yes! You. So underneath unconditional love, we have ascending. Beautiful. Transcending obstacles. So you are learning how to unconditionally love yourself and not take this separation personally is what I'm hearing. That makes me happy. You're ascending. You're learning how to unconditionally love yourself. Learning, expansion, new phase, preparing for union. So, trying to keep a positive mindset. Let's look at that one. Trying to keep a positive mindset. Trying to keep a positive mindset. What is happening with these cards? Like, are you... Very specific cards want to come out. Trying to keep a positive mindset, manifest exactly what you want. So I think that you're someone who's understanding. What is... Very specific cards. I feel like this is going to be a specific reading, but I think that you're learning that what you project out is what you're calling in. So like I said, you're trying to manifest your deepest desire, keep a positive mindset. These are very lovely cards. Abundance, trying to keep a positive mindset. Okay. We have paradise. So it does say happiness, expansion, joy. I don't think right now you two are like together enjoying each other's company or anything, but trying to keep a positive mindset, trying to focus on your happiness, expansion, and joy. Beautiful. And twin flame came out, which I'm not surprised. So you're trying to keep a positive mindset about this connection. Again, very nice. So if you're not feeling that way, I will say that this type of energy, if you're not feeling this way, is what, like maybe you need to hear this message because this is what you should be working towards. But that's very nice, very nice. So we're going to look at your energy first. We're going to look at your energy first. I like that. That was very nice. So, your energy. So I only have 2 decks for your energy. So let's get... Oh, you know what else I want to say? Is when I'm doing this energy check, you may resonate with... I'm going to start with the divine feminine. You could resonate more with the divine masculine side because we embody those energies at different times. I hope that makes sense. So if you're not resonating with the feminine energy, you could be resonating with more masculine energy right now. All right, so the divine feminine. The divine feminine. Let's cut the deck. We have the Lovers and Temperance, trying to remain patient about this divine connection. Lovers, Temperance, Gemini, Sagittarius. All right. So show me the divine feminine. Oh, I'm just going to get one more before I talk about them. That one didn't want to come out. All right. So we have the Moon. So trying to trust your intuition, but there could be like shadows bubbling up right now. Remember that dragonfly? So you could be realizing some things that you still need to work on, especially during Mercury in retrograde. You could have fallen back into old habits is what I'm hearing. But we have intuition, subconscious, fantasy, romance, psyche, affection, recognition, invitation, sensuality, artistic, divine feminine energy. This card also has the 8 of Cups. It's like an 8 and a heart. So that's the 8 of Cups. So you could be, you know, walking away from things that no longer serve you. We also have the Key, solutions, intelligence, genius, insight, clarity, open, breakout, liberty, important, pay attention, lock, unlock, helpful. And that's 8 of Pentacles. We have 8-8 here. March 3rd, March 2nd, February 3rd could be symbolic, but you're finding solutions right now to maybe some of these old things that are bubbling up. And then we have the Loons. Deeply committed, uncommon bonds. It is an uncommon bond. Yes, we are all divine, but it's only a small percentage that are actually divine counterparts, 5%. But family, manifest deepest desire, so keeping a positive mindset. All in for what you love, reawaken lost hopes. Very nice. Very nice. We have the Lighthouse. So guidance system, so listening to your inner compass, listening to your guidance system, listening to your intuition, instead of letting your subconscious fears wreak havoc. Detour, safe passage, warning, plot a course of action, navigating obstacles using tact and diplomacy. I don't know how to say that word. July could be symbolic. Side note, you could be a beacon of light to others. Maybe you're working on your mission, or maybe you do some sort of job where you're a beacon of light to others. And the reason I'm saying that is it came out with the Milky Way. Networking, marketing, internet fame, expand, spotlight, innumerable, social media, publicity, connected, exposure. So right now you could be focusing on shining your light for others, for example. July 20th could be symbolic, July 10th, October 20th, October 7th. Let's get another one for that. Let's get another one. We have magnifying glass, get more info, clarity, very important details, do research. So you could be researching how to get yourself out there on like networking, marketing, internet fame, expand, spotlight, social media. You could be getting more info on that or looking into that or starting that process. I just want to stress that like mission work, as a light worker, you don't have to do it like in such a public way. You may be, a light worker who doesn't have to do it on social media, if that makes sense. You don't need to be in the spotlight in order to be a light worker. I just want to say that. So let's look at this moon card. What is your intuition telling you? What is your intuition telling you? So we have the catalyst here, bellows, catalyst, ignite, fuel, torch, fan the flames, infuse, breathe, kindle, spark, effort required. So it feels like your intuition is, we have 3333 here, but it feels like your intuition is telling you that, effort is required here. It won't be an easy journey. With that catalyst too, it could be that your intuition is telling you that, this person has been a catalyst in your awakening and you're a catalyst in theirs. Let's keep going. So underneath the key, solutions, intelligence, genius, insight, clarity, we have grounded, fertility, lineage, health, vitality, roots, personal growth. So it feels like you are, again, do you know what's funny? I've put it in the position right where that dragonfly card was sitting. So it feels like there's a lot of things coming to light about your own personal growth. And it says evolving connection to source. Beautiful. May 7th, July 5th could be symbolic. Oh, that one fell under my table. So underneath the loons, we have trust in divine timing. Deeply committed, uncommon bonds, manifest deepest desire, family, all in for what you love. And we have allow in divine timing. So trust in divine timing, soul spark, timeless, binding force, omnipresent life force. So you could be, realizing that to manifest your deepest desire and to be all in for what you love, you truly have to allow for divine timing. I'm curious what just went under my table. I have to go crawl under my table and get it. Hang on. We have the Hanged Man, inspiration, illusion, spirituality, intuition, psychic ability, fantasy, dreams, disillusion, enlightenment, the Hanged Man, with allow, trust in divine timing, and the loons. Very spiritual connection here. So with that reawaken lost hopes and the Hanged Man, we also have psychic ability. So you could be going through some sort of upgrade with your own psychic ability. Maybe you're learning how to trust your intuition more. Maybe you're getting downloads. Maybe you're hearing things. Anyway, Spirituality, psychic ability. Allow in divine timing. Trust in divine timing. All right. Lighthouse. Oh, that feels weird. I'm shuffling this backwards. Okay. So, underneath, guidance system, detour, safe passage, warning, plot a course of action, we have the mask here. And it's funny because that lighthouse says warning. And you could have been dealing with someone who... You could have been dealing with someone who was wearing a mask or who was... it says concealed ego projection. So you could have had like this internal warning that this person had some... How can I put that? It says warning, right? So this person could have been concealing things from you or projecting things onto you, and maybe your inner guidance was telling you that's a projection. This also talks about, you know, this lighthouse came out with marketing. And I was saying that this could have to do with social media and you being a guiding light to others. And with this mask card, one thing that I want to say is that it's very important if you are, you know, shining your light for others, that you don't mask that light and you don't pretend, because this says like putting on a show. So it's really important, and I believe this, that you speak your authentic truth and you don't dim your light based on what other people think you should be doing or the freaking hate comments you're getting. It's very important not to wear a mask and be your authentic self and speak your authentic truth so that you can call in the people who are meant to see your light, the people you're meant to be a guiding light for. All right, let's keep going. So underneath Milky Way, networking, marketing, internet fame, expand, spotlight, social media, connected, exposure, we have the waterfall, which talks about overflowing abundance. So, you know, if that's something that you're working on, it could end up bringing you overflowing abundance. We also have chasing after something, cry, emotional release. So if you are putting yourself out there and you feel like you're not getting the likes or the follows that you want, just know that you don't have to chase after it. Just keep being that lighthouse, keep being your authentic self, speaking your authentic truth, and your abundance will come. And that doesn't happen like the healing, which is right in the same area as I had the healing card, the healing heart. And I said healing doesn't happen overnight. Neither does overflowing abundance. And we have emotional release, let it go, fulfillment, release, tears of joy. Beautiful. All right. Get more info. Let's see what that's about. So underneath get more info, we have obstacles, problems, distance, solitude, pride, block, cold, indifferent, barrier, interruption, delays, stubborn. So you could be taking a very fine look at some of the obstacles on your side. You could be taking a very good look at some of the problems and the pride and things that are blocking you. And then we have the cross that came out with that. So you are taking a closer look at like destiny, spirituality, listening to your divine guidance. Beautiful. All right, I just want to get a few more for you. So a few more for this feminine. A few more for the feminine, please. We have break free. Beautiful. Break free. Tame versus wild, strong emotions. So there is something about emotions here. You could be feeling a lot of strong emotions right now or experiencing, like you could be crying a lot. Let that out. Don't hold that in. Don't hold that in. Let those tears flow is what I'm hearing. And we do have driving force, unbridled, sexual energy, freedom, unleash the inner beast. Beautiful. And we have the eagle. Yes, challenge the status quo, longevity, regal, proud, opportunity, new hope, clear vision and perspective regarding past, present, and future. So you're taking a closer look at the past, present, and future. Beautiful. We'll get two more and then I'll switch decks. Two more. for this divine feminine. I do feel for some of you that you could be, I feel for some of you could be online and wondering why you're not getting the recognition or the attention that you thought you would. Again, that overflowing abundance and fame doesn't come overnight. We do have wait, letting things unfold, major opportunities, celebrating the light. So I always say, instead of like worrying about the amount of people who are seeing your videos or liking them, celebrate the ones that are seeing it and liking them. Celebrate the people that you're helping with your light. Celebrating the light, focusing. I'm thinking back to that first part where you're trying to keep a positive mindset and you're trying to focus on expansion and joy and happiness. It's 424 here, which is a personal angel number of mine, which is why I mention it a lot, because I usually see it, because that's my birthday. Celebrating the light, warmth, growth, bold, relaxation, enjoyment, expansion, positivity, and building strength. You could be hungry because my tummy's grumbling even though I've eaten. Are you eating right now? I'm a Taurus and I love food. Are you eating? What are you eating? I want to know. And then we have take inspired action. And I feel like this is about, taking inspired action towards major opportunities, taking inspired action towards celebrating the light, taking inspired action towards growth and relaxation and enjoyment and expansion and positivity. Yes, take inspired action. Please don't misunderstand me. I'm not telling you to take inspired action towards your person. That's not what I'm saying. A few years ago when I would see that card come out in a reading, I'd be like, oh, I should take action towards my person. No. Start of the season, original trendsetter. So if you've been thinking about taking action towards, starting something, Spirit's saying, take action toward, my tummy's grumbling. Oh my goodness. Take action towards those things. Take action towards new experiences. Starts the party leader ideas, burns out quickly, so be careful you don't burn yourself out. Beginnings, ignite. Beautiful. I'm going to have to pause it to go have a cracker or something. Just 1 minute. Which one of you are eating? You made me hungry. And if you're hungry, get a snack, because I was picking up on somebody's hunger. Anyway, I just had a bite of food to make myself feel better. All right, so we're going to look at your energy now. We're going to use this deck. So we're going to look at your energy, and then we'll get your person's energy. So first I'm going to shuffle. Whoops, that didn't work. Look at that, right person, wrong time. That could be something, you're trying to keep a positive mindset about. I hear people say, there's no such thing. Yes, there is. I felt like there was a card flipped over. Merkaba. All right. I'm going to do one more. I always shuffle 3 times. I don't know if you noticed that. All right, so let's look at your energy. I'm just going to cut the deck. All right, so let's have a look. Interesting, we have rejection on the bottom. We'll see if it comes out. I didn't see anything about rejection. I think what I was seeing in that, I didn't see anything about rejection. Although, if you are putting yourself out there online and you're not getting the success that you were hoping for, maybe that's stirring up feelings of rejection. Things coming to light. You could be working on rejection wounds. And in that first set of cards, the black ones, I was seeing underneath separation. this person could have rejected you, and that could have been during the starting point of your separation, but we'll see if it comes out. So show me the divine feminine. No contact. So clearly separation, no contact. We have names. So I feel like you're seeing this person's name a lot. Just, let me mention the names on this card. It says Lid, which reminds me of Lip from Shameless. We also have Oliver, Emma, Jacob. I think that's Claire. Anyway, if you are seeing your person's name a lot, just keep in mind that that could be the universe's way, the divine's way of, like, if you're seeing their name and that makes you think of your divine masculine, that I'm hearing that could be the universe's way, because it makes you think of your divine masculine. That could be the universe's way of, telling you to work on your divine masculine energy, which is knowing your worth, standing in your power, taking inspired action towards things, confidence. But let's keep going. Clearly you're seeing this person's name everywhere. We have, oh my goodness gracious. Remember, unconditionally loving yourself, transcending obstacles, new phase. I love that. I love that. Love yourself, inner union. That's beautiful. We have ghosted. So it feels like this person could have ghosted you. And we have cycles. So I feel like right now you're really focused on cycles that maybe you've been repeating, or patterns. Remember that thing's coming to light. You're really focused on ending cycles and coming into union with yourself. Like I said, this person could have ghosted you, and maybe that made you feel rejected. Just know rejection is divine protection. And then we have transformation. So it looks like these two came out together. So it looks like you're transforming cycles right now. Beautiful. Transformation, inner union, lovely. The only not good one is that ghosted card. But maybe since this person ghosted you, you've learned, or you're working on coming into union with yourself. All right. So no contact. Yes. Yes. I am so proud of you. I am so proud of you. No contact. I don't chase, I attract. So you're holding firm in your no contact, and it looks like you're not in chaser energy. I don't chase, I attract. You're keeping firm on that no contact, which is hard. I love that. Let's look at names. So we have, whoa. Oh, hang on. It's upside down, or it's not upside down. It's flipped right side up. I had to get it. So we have confusion, and we have divine masculine energy. And what was I saying? What was I saying? That it could have been confusing you, that the universe kept bombarding you with your person's name. But what did I say? That it could be that the universe was giving you signs that made you think of your divine masculine, because the universe wanted you to focus on your divine masculine energy. And I feel like inner union, I don't chase, I attract, that's divine feminine energy. And it could be that you're doing really well with your divine feminine energy, but you need to embody more of that divine masculine energy. So work on that divine masculine energy. And again, I feel like it was confusing you that you kept seeing your person's name and signs and synchronicities about them. But again, I feel like the universe was trying to give you a message about you embodying divine masculine energy. Very nice. And then this fell right under ghosted. So I'm going to take it, time and space, fell right underneath ghosted. So it feels like, I'm feeling like this person needed time and space, which maybe is why they ghosted you. I'm not here to make excuses for them. Oh my gosh, we have psychic abilities. So remember what I said about the separation and you hanged man energy, time and space, allowing and divine timing, improving your psychic abilities. Very nice. So let's look at love yourself, inner union. Oh, we have the one, divinely protected. So coming into inner union, you're realizing that you're the one. You're the love that you've been looking for. You're learning how to unconditionally love yourself. You know that you're the one that has to love yourself. This is beautiful. Do I think you see this person as the one? Yes, I do. But maybe you're realizing that you were looking for love outside of yourself, or you were looking for someone to make you feel loved. And I feel like as you come into inner union and you're learning how to love yourself, you're realizing you're the one that can give you the love that you need. That's beautiful. It's reminding me of, oh, now I have to read it. I did a soul tribe reading yesterday where I pulled a wounding card about childhood wounding. And there's something I want to read to you because I think Spirit gave me this download for a reason. So I saw this card that I was reading to my soul tribe. Where is it? Inner child, listen to this. And I'm just going to hold these up so that you have something to look at while I read. I won't read you the whole thing because it's long. But I'm going to read these 2 paragraphs for you. The inner child wound is the silent ache of unmet needs, the lingering echo of a childhood where love, safety, and validation may have been conditional or absent entirely. It is the part of you that still longs to be seen, still craves the acceptance that was once withheld, still wonders if love must always be earned. This wound manifests in patterns of people-pleasing, fear of rejection, my ears are ringing, emotional reactivity, or a deep sense of not belonging. It whispers that your worth is fragile, that your emotions are burdensome, that to be loved, you must not take up too much space. And so you shrink, you suppress, you learn to meet others' needs before your own, hoping that one day it will be enough to finally feel whole. But healing the inner child wound is not about waiting for someone else to finally give you the love that you never received. It is about becoming the person your younger self needed. It is about holding yourself in ways that you were never held, speaking the words of reassurance, I have chills, speaking the words of reassurance that no one has ever said, and allowing yourself to feel and express, to exist without apology. When you embrace your inner child, you stop waiting for the world to validate and start realizing that the love, the safety, the belonging you seek has always been within you, waiting for you to return home. So you're realizing you're the love that you've been looking for. That's lovely. All right. That's very nice. And cycles and transformation came out together. So we have divinely protected on the bottom. Realizing that the divine is your one. The divine will always protect you. Anyway. Let's keep going. So, cycles and transformation. What cycles are you transforming? That's what I want to know. Denial. So, you are transforming cycles of denial, or maybe cycles that you've been denying that you have to heal from, perhaps. Again, things coming to light. What's interesting is we also have the runner. So there could be, I'm not saying that you're a runner, but you could be realizing, because I do mention it in some of my readings, that I mention, you may see your person as the runner, running from like fear of intimacy, running from this connection, running from healing. But I always try and, tell you, if you look around, what are you running from? Are you running from, following your intuition? Are you avoiding organizing your space? Are you avoiding putting away your laundry? What are you running from? So it looks like the cycles that you're transforming are your own things that you avoid, or cycles that you've avoided healing, and denial. So I don't think you're denying this journey anymore, is what I'm hearing. And we'll get one more for transformation. One more for transformation. Denying your mission. Transforming. How can I put that? How can I put that? It feels like you are transforming into your mission, or you're starting to, and it's in the same area that all those cards about when I started talking about social media and being a light worker and being a guide for others, we have mission. So you could be realizing that all the cycles you've been through, all of the pain you've been through in your life, as you transform, you're realizing it was all meant for your mission. That's beautiful. Transforming into your mission. Beautiful. Or, you're realizing what this journey is about, that it's not just about being with your person, is what I'm hearing. Anyway, that's lovely. That's lovely. So I'm just going to pause this and cleanse these decks, and then we're going to get your person's energy. So just give me one momento. All right. So do I want to get a few of those black cards? Yes, I do. I wasn't going to, but I'm feeling called to. So let's just look at what's going on in your person's energy. What's going on in your person's energy? All right. I did see the runner. We'll see if it comes out. So, your person's energy. Show me divine masculine energy. What's surrounding them right now? Nothing's coming out, just like you. Very specific cards. Not today. So, not today. Not dealing, hurt, avoiding a conversation. So not today. Not today. They could be feeling a little bit wounded, especially if they see you thriving. As I was saying it, watching, seeing you thrive, especially if they're seeing you thrive, they could be feeling a little bit wounded, watching, looking, stalking. And we have mirror. So mirroring each other, self-image, relationships, reflecting on wounds, introspection. That's really good. That's really good. All right, let's get a few more. Just like you, not coming out. That doesn't happen to me a lot, but when it does happen, I know that very specific cards need to come out. Show me the divine masculine, what they're going through. They could be avoiding this because they're feeling, I'm just looking at that mirror card. They could be watching you glow up, watching you be that butterfly, come into inner union. And they could be like worried about their self-image or feeling like lack of confidence. With the mirroring card, I want to say that they're also mirroring you. We have the coffin, endings bring new beginnings, growth, change, liberation, transition. Very nice. So there is growth, change, transition. They could have recently experienced some kind of death. Let's get one more for that row. You guys watch me all the time, you know. Usually the cards fly. Very specific cards want to come out. Healing heart. That's what they're transitioning into. Healing heart. Healing from heartbreak. Freedom from toxicity, addiction, codependency. And we have the chaser. What's happening here? Healing, I don't know if they were chasing you, but healing from fear of abandonment issues. So your person could have a fear of abandonment. This person could have been chasing, you know what I'm hearing? This person could have been chasing surface level connections that didn't cause them to self-reflect on their wounds and introspection and things like that. They could have been chasing surface level connections because they had a fear of abandonment issues, but I'll confirm that. So not today. What is not today about? Not today. Cupid's arrow, which gives me the energy of 8 of Wands. So they're still avoiding reaching out to you. They're avoiding this conversation. Watching. We have breakup, separation, stop the pattern, silent treatment. So even though they're being silent with you, even though you're in separation, it does look like they're watching you. I'll be curious to see if spying comes out in one of those decks, or when I get the channeled messages from this deck, I'll be curious if the watching you card comes out. Also, if this person's perception was off and you felt like they were gaslighting you, I feel like that pattern, like their perception is changing. It's the second half of these cards are very positive, very positive. All right, let's keep going. Mirror. What are they reflecting on, or what are they mirroring that you're going through, other than healing heart? We have engagement, partnership, commitment, eternity, completion, union. So I'm going to get one more for that one. So this person could have had a fear of commitment. Like I said, there's something about self-image on that mirror card. So they could have had like a fear of commitment, fear of intimacy. They could be, you know, reflecting on the wounds that kept them from being able to commit here. Or maybe you spoke of engagement in the past. Maybe there was talk of being engaged. I just want to get one more for that. That's too many. I didn't see any of them, so I'm not taking them. Mirroring. We have wedding rings. What is happening there? We have engagement and wedding rings. Union, wedding, married, soul connection, eternal love, everlasting promise. So it feels to me like this person needed to, hang on. I feel like you were really triggering this person's runner energy because they saw, you know, engagement ring and wedding rings. And I feel like with that mirroring card, it talks about, I feel like they did see a future with you, but you were both reflecting each other's wounds. And I think that there needed to be a lot of introspection before they're ready for this. I don't even want to talk past tense. I want to talk right now. I feel like there needs to be like improvement around their self-image, how they view relationships, their wounds, and introspection before they will be ready for marriage. Interesting. Let's see. Coffin. Endings bring new beginnings. Growth, change. What is this growth and change about? One more. Growth and change. Growth and change. We have heartbroken, deeply hurt, sad, separation, breakup, feeling lost, grieving, and mourning. So for some of you, there could have been a death here. With that coffin, I said it, and it says grieving and mourning. It also feels like they're grieving and mourning the ending here, because this coffin, endings bring new beginnings. It feels like they're grieving you right now. Very interesting. And then we have soul connection, partnership agreement, soul contract. So it feels like this is someone who feels like they had a soul, like they saw you as a soulmate, and they're grieving that right now. And again, with Heartbroken and the Coffin, they could have experienced some sort of loss recently. We'll look at Healing Heart and the Chaser. So what are they healing? What are they healing? Why aren't these cards coming out? My goodness. What are they healing? Unconditional love. They're learning how to unconditionally love themselves, and outdated thinking and programming. So right now they're learning how to love themselves. They're learning not to chase love. Remember I read that childhood wounding thing? This could have been someone I was hearing that chased surface level connections, looking to feel fulfilled or looking for that fix of like feeling loved, when really that love comes from healing your own heart. But when I said, what are they healing? They're healing like self-love, unconditionally loving themselves, and outdated thinking and programming. So this could have been someone with a lot of outdated thinking, especially when it comes to like relationships and marriage. I'm hearing they could have had outdated thinking. It also says giving and receiving affection. So this could have been someone who, you know, I'm hearing maybe they didn't know how to give because, and I say this all the time, a person can only meet you where they are. So if this person didn't love themselves and didn't know how to show themselves unconditional love, how could they show you love or give you affection if they couldn't even give that to themselves? Interesting. All right. So let's look at their energy now. It's funny because you have healing runner energy, although I don't think that you were, I don't think you were, I think that, like I already gave examples. I don't need to repeat myself, but I feel like just in the way that you weren't running from this connection, but you're currently healing things that you avoid or what you run from, I feel like just like your person didn't chase you, they're healing that chaser energy in other areas of their life. And like I said, this could have been, I'll just say it one more time. This could have been someone who was chasing like external validation or surface level connections for that validation. Anyway, they're healing it. So let's see their energy. Death. We're going to look transformation. We're going to look at the divine masculine. And like I said, maybe you're resonating more with this one. All right. So show me the divine masculine's energy, please. We have the Chariot. Within 1 to 3 months, gentle, conservative, feeling, nurturing, defensive, complex, resist change, self-protective. Remember, not today, but the Chariot. So they are moving forward. And we have the Mice. Illness, fatigue, stress, deteriorate, loss, theft, reduction, filth, decay, irritation, worry, fear, anxiety, waste, nagging. So clearly they're not feeling great. You know, well, we'll see what comes out. We have the Snake. Deception, jealousy, betrayal, backstab, toxic, silent treatment, seduction, sexuality, counterproductive. We have the Fox. Anyway. Self-interest, so they could have been very self-focused. They could have been, you know, this could have been someone who had some toxic traits, who was quicker to give the silent treatment, who resisted change, because I'm looking at that Chariot and it says defensive and resists change, self-protective. So this could have been someone who resisted like changing these qualities or resisted that they needed to change. Self-interest, stealth, deceit, trap, redhead, sharp, sleight of hand, something's off, wrong, cunning, sly, crafty. The fox and the snake, ugh. And we have communicate. But remember that not today. They're avoiding this communication. Communicate, negotiate, chatty, debate, discuss, flighty, nervous, ADHD, making contact, noisy, text or call someone. This came out with these two cards, so this person could have had some like toxic communication. And we have actually communicate and archer came out together. Careful, froggy in my throat, releasing, cleansing, healing. Careful, aim on target, focus, matchmaker, quick, direct, go-to guy or gal, shoot straight, precise, implement a strategy. So this could be someone thinking about, like we had that card about avoiding conversation, but they could be thinking about this conversation. But man, mice, snake, and fox, I feel like these were things, I'm just looking at that chariot card, that they were resisting changing or they were very self-protective or defensive about. And maybe with that not today, avoiding conversation, and that implement a strategy with communication, they know they can't come in the same way they did. They're also healing chaser energy, right? So they could be feeling like they want to chase you and they want to reach out, but they're trying to make healthier choices and heal right now. Anyway, we'll confirm. So underneath the chariot, we have home, belonging, roots, comfort, safety, family, traditions, framework, structured buildings, shelter, boundaries. So you could have even, that not today talked about boundaries as well. So you could have put up, you could have put up boundaries with this person. What is this anxiety about, the mice card? What is the anxiety about? Oh, they could have a sick dog. This happened to me in a reading the other day. Illness and then dog came out together, and this is coming in underneath illness or loss. So they could have just lost a friend or a dog. It says supportive friend, helpful, playful, faithful, companion, a friendship turns to love, sibling, soulmate, peer, pet, vet, doctor, nurse. But I right away was hearing they could have like an animal that's sick, or they could have lost a dog. Remember the coffin card. I also feel like they're worried. I'm not saying you're a dog, but I feel like they're also, you know, stressed and worried because they feel like maybe they're losing you. We have now is not the time on the bottom. Let's look at the snake. These are flying right out. Beginnings, that's good. That's good. New perspective on their snake tendencies. So new perspectives on their deception, their betrayal, their toxicity, their silent treatment. Beginnings, innocent, brand new, creativity, inexperience, new perspective. That's really good. That's really good. That's underneath the snake. So they're changing their perspective, and we have mortar, why can't I say that? Mordor, Lord of the Rings. Mortar and pestle, there we go. Blend, brew, alchemy, concoction, medicine, breaking things down, making something else. So it feels like right now, again, they're gaining a new perspective on some of their toxic tendencies or their deceptive qualities. All right, well, that's all right. That one just fell. What are you? We have letter and communication, which I'm not going to take, but again, I keep hearing something about their communication style. So they might not have the healthiest communication style. Let's look at fox. These cards are flying. What? We have new perspectives. That is amazing. That is really good. So underneath, this is how they came out. Underneath fox, we have the boy, which I'm not gendering. And underneath the snake, we have the girl, which are the same cards, and they both talk about new things, new beginnings. They both talk about the same thing. new beginnings, innocent, brand new creativity, inexperienced, new perspective. So they could, I feel like they're getting a new perspective about this. And they're, again, that mortar and pestle card, breaking things down, alchemy. And now I'm seeing that card, we're alchemists. We transform fear into love and light. That's good. And think about the communication part. They're avoiding this conversation right now, and it looks like the communicate and Archer, like they're implementing a strategy. And I don't mean that in a deceptive way, but like they know that they have a new perspective about their fox and snake tendencies, and they know they can't just come in and talk to you like they always did. That's good. That's good. Communicate. We have the Milky Way. So networking, marketing, internet fame, expand, spotlight, innumerable, social media. So they could, they could be watching you on social media, thinking about communicating with you. And then we have the Beaver. Things work against you, but persistence pays off. New things on the horizon, determined, repetition, making dreams real. Maybe your person does something on social media communication-wise. Your person could have ADHD. And we have True North, discovery, life path. So for some of you, this person could be like, they could do something on social media where they have to communicate or use their voice. Persistence pays off. And we have developing over time. That's really good. Developing over time. Flavor, family, legacy, the good stuff, finesse, alchemy, transformed. Ripening, age as well. So I almost feel like this person is, that communication stuff at the end, it's almost like they're waiting until they're more transformed to communicate with you. Again, there could be something about your person. They could be online in some way. Interesting. Let's get a few more. I'm just going to push these over. Let's get a few more cards. The Divine Masculine. We have, this is really good. Balance, center, meditate, integrate opposing forces, flow, feeling complete, awareness. So they're coming into awareness. They're grounding. And we have the Star, which is healing. So they are trying to heal these things. Very nice. Let's get two more. There's that communicate card again. It keeps wanting to come out. So it feels like they're thinking about how to communicate with you, implementing a strategy with how to communicate with you, but they are, again, I feel like they know they can't communicate with you in the way they used to. And again, they could be thinking about reaching out to you online. And we have the Loons. Deeply committed, uncommon bonds, family, manifest deepest desire, froggy in my throat, releasing, cleansing, healing. All in for what you love, reawaken lost hopes. I'm just going to grab an animal card because ever since I started doing your person, I keep getting that froggy in my throat. So I kind of want to see, I didn't get an animal card for you, but that's okay. You'll forgive me. I just want to see an animal card for them. All right, so I'll put these here. I'm trying to clean up as I go. Your person, trying to clean up their act. That's what I'm hearing. We have the Hawk, the winds of change. Messenger of divinity. I might need to open my window a little. So let's see your person's energy. I can't help myself. That froggy kept going in my throat, so I want to just look. Let's see your person's energy. Let's see your person's energy. We have the black egg on the bottom. Interesting. The black egg, a truth. that you can only hear when you sit in stillness, and in it resides no excuses, no small talk, no denial, no defensiveness. All right, so let's see your person's energy. That came out so quick. We have the fish, so easily distracted. They're on the journey. They're trying to come into alignment, but they get distracted. They get off course. And then we have the eagle, which talks about karmic lessons. So let's see. We have the eagle. Truth seeker transforms karma. So they could have, like, I didn't see anything about it in their cards, but they could have recently, like, had some sort of karmic lesson about some of their own behaviors. We have when in balance, bright, radiant challenges. And it did come out into the upright, To bring into balance, step into the unknown. So this great bird is both physically and spiritually strong and represents mastery over the elements of fire and air. And whenever I hear that, fire and air, I think of communication and I think of like intensity, right? Fire. So I feel like this person could have had quite an intense way of communicating. When the eagle appears, you'll be thrown into the karmic fire for sake of your transformation. The eagle this is very nice. The eagle pushes us to be our best and brightest selves and stops at nothing to see us shine. So there's something here about transformation and, you know, working towards being their best and brightest self, truth seeker. Like I said, I also saw the black egg, which talks about speaking from an authentic voice. No confusion, excuses, small talk, noise, or lies. And remember all that about implementing a strategy. They know they can't just lie their way through this one. They know they need to communicate in a healthier way. And then we have the fish. The fish has been coming out a lot. Restlessness, change of focus. When in balance, adaptable, travels well. When out of balance, distracted, changes mind often. To bring into balance, set a small goal and accomplishment. So it feels like this person is, remember I mentioned chasing energy, just give me 1 second. It does feel like this person is setting small goals instead of thinking about the end stop. They're setting small goals and trying to accomplish them, but they, you know, sometimes they get distracted and they need to be like, the universe needs to push them back into alignment. But it talks about the roaming lifestyle of the fish may be exhilarating for a while, but leads to slippery relationships. And remember I said the chaser came out for them with their healing. So I feel like this person could have been like someone, again, who was chasing surface level connections. And with that mirroring card, I feel like you mirrored back onto them, or we had the engagement ring and wedding come out. So it feels like they, you know, you triggered their fear of commitment is what I'm hearing. Anyway. That's weird. I just opened up to the bee by mistake. I thought I was on the fish. So the fish becomes lost without clear goals and intentions. Spend some time with the lunar forces as the peace and calm of the moon will soothe your soul. So it's almost like they're meant to be embodying more of a feminine energy and you're meant to be embodying more of a masculine energy. I just need to open my window. Much better. I'm just going to get one more card for them. One more card for your person. Show me the divine masculine. That's really good. We have the camel, which is trusting. Whoa, we have the dragon. Those came out together. That's really good. So the camel, trusting and knowing oneself. And that's what I was saying. I feel like this person had, that mirror card talked about self-image. So I feel like this person wasn't really sure of who they were. The family stone could be very symbolic because I was just hearing his name is Kelly. I was hearing the dad in that, where he's reflecting on Meredith, Kelly, Everett could be important names. These are the people that I'm seeing. But they're talking about the girl that Everett brings home. And they're saying she doesn't seem to be quite sure of herself. And the dad says, my fear is that shows that Everett isn't sure of himself either. Because, you attract what you put out. So I feel, I don't know, I feel like neither one of you were really sure of yourselves when you came together, is what I'm hearing. But the camel, resourceful, independent, knows oneself. The camel can handle absolutely anything. Self-reliant, handles challenges with ease, even in the face of excess heat. And remember, I was mentioning that there could have been I was hearing communication, like unhealthy communication. Anyway, the camel represents the ultimate form of bringing opposites into balance, fire and water, and being responsible for one's own reactions. That's what I kept getting. Interesting. And then they have the dragon. I don't get the dragon a lot. Seeing one's most true self and balancing the ego? Well then. The dragon sees everything. Its essence has been with us since before our first breath and will be there at our last. It watches us navigate the external world as well as our inner world. When the dragon is awakened, we are courageous, visionary, and can easily drop into witness consciousness. It's almost as if we were traveling with a great friend inside of ourselves. Now I'm hearing the theme to the never-ending story. Anyway. When we look in the mirror deep in our eyes, we may even see the glimpse of self behind the self. Remember the mirroring card. So I feel like this person is taking a good hard look at themselves. The power of the dragon breathes transformative fire energy into every cell of our being. Or our bodies. I'm making up words now. Witnessing this omnipotent energy, even for a brief moment, helps us to surrender and let go. We let the dragon guide us. We hop on its back for a ride, and as we traverse even the most difficult terrain, the dragon's eyes see the beauty everywhere. Is there anything else on there that you need to know? No, but that's good. So seeing through their own ego, being responsible for their reactions, learning how to, there's something about communication here. And again, I feel like your person, I just keep thinking about that chaser card, and I feel like this reminds me of a person who, when they, get out of a relationship, they just jump into the next one so that they don't have to heal. But this is transformative energy. They've got the spiritual dragon, very transformative. I just want to see how they're feeling about you. Or seeing you. How do they feel about you? Yes! The butterfly. So they're seeing you as someone who's transforming and leaving your old self behind. And you had the butterfly come out in your cards. That's lovely. All right. So I'm channeling your person. I didn't do this for you, but I just feel the need to clean up as I go. I'm cleaning up my messes. That's your person. So just 1 minute. All right. So let's see your person's energy. Whoa, first cut, divine masculine, but I don't want to get ahead of myself. We'll see if it comes out. So your person's energy. The letter D could be symbolic. Whoa, that just fell. Constant burn, that just fell out of the deck. So I feel like they feel your energy. All right. So I'm just going to cut the deck. Your person's energy. We have confusion and mirroring. Interesting. All right. So your person, or the divine masculine's energy. Let's look at the divine masculine's energy. Divine masculine's energy. Chaser. And Merkaba. Chaser energy. I'll be really interested in what comes out for that, because as this person heals, I do feel like they're healing, like chasing after like easy solutions. I'm hearing. For some reason, I'm seeing that moth card in the animal deck. Like I said, I feel like this could be someone who, instead of like self-reflecting and healing in the past, they just kind of, after they broke up with someone or had a slippery relationship, the fish, they would just move on to the next thing. I feel like they're trying to heal that chaser energy, but they could be feeling that pull towards you. Let's keep going. Their energy. It's funny because you had the runner, and even though the runner came out for, you know, cycles and things you're transforming, it could be that you're moving into runner energy and they're moving into chaser energy. I'm hearing the tables turn. We have emotional intimacy and spying. So remember I said I'd be interested if that spying card came out. So we have intimacy, intensity, and spying. So they could be watching you and feeling, you know, very intense reactions to watching you. Interesting. I'll confirm all these. Spying. They could be watching you. The fact that this just came out with, like, besides spying, but they could be watching you work on your mission. But look, we have confusion and mission. So they could be called to work on their mission. And they could be feeling confused about what their mission is. Because remember, they did have those cards come out about internet. And what were the other cards that came out? Something about new opportunities, possibly a new job. So they could be confused about what their mission is in life. Interesting. I want to get one more. Well then. Divine masculine. All right. All right. So, chaser energy. Chaser. Chaser. We have married. Remember the mirroring and the marriage cards? It feels like this person, I don't think they're chasing someone who's married unless you're married. But it feels like they're feeling a pull towards the idea of marriage, is what this feels like to me. Maybe in the past they were attracted to married people, but I'm not really, that doesn't sit right. Like, that doesn't feel right to me. It seems more like they want to settle down and build a foundation and a home. Remember that home card, and put down roots and have a family. It feels like their chaser energy is like activated towards this, towards more stability, towards marriage, towards commitment. I feel like they're reflecting about this a lot right now. This could be someone getting a little bit older as well. Well, all right then. So, underneath intimacy, intensity, we have ghosted. So this person, the intimacy that they felt with you could have been so intense, and this could have happened in the past as well. Whenever they felt that intensity of that intimacy, like runner, fear of intimacy. So it feels like whenever they felt that intimacy intensity, they would ghost, they would run. But now it looks like that's what, like, they're chasing and married. Could be dealing with an Aries. But it feels like they're thinking a lot about marriage right now. Again, if this person recently had a death in their life, or their friends are all getting married and they're getting older, it feels like they're really heavily reflecting about marriage right now. We have, my dogs are going crazy. We also have activated here. So it does feel like there's some sort of activation going on, and that's underneath spying. So it feels like, I feel like I feel like this person is watching you. This is underneath spying. And I feel like something has been activated within them by watching you. Interesting. Activation. And then under confusion, we have 5D. So, you know, this spiritual connection, they could find it very confusing. Why do they always feel a constant burn towards you? Why can't they forget about you? Why can't they just keep moving on, right? Again, I feel like in the past, this person is someone who just could easily just keep moving forward. But right now it looks like they've got marriage on the brain. Something about watching you has activated them. You know, maybe they find the concept of that 5D connection very confusing. All right. Let's keep going. Underneath mission, we have destiny. So right now they're trying to figure out what their destiny is. What is their calling? Underneath that row with networking and marketing, we had the true north, which mentioned destiny and had a compass on it. So it feels like this person is trying to figure out what their destiny is. It's like, again, if this person has recently experienced illness or a death in their family or a friend or, you know, whatever it is, it feels like they're really thinking about the purpose of their life. And again, thinking about marriage, thinking about how they had this intimacy with you and they ghosted you. Something about watching you, activating them. Remember the butterfly. So I feel like they're watching you transform. But again, they could find the 5D aspect of this connection very confusing. All right. And we have divine masculine. Divine masculine. Right person, wrong time. And we have forgiveness, I'm sorry. So it does feel like, remember all those animal cards, you know? Someone seeing the truth of this, someone seeing through their ego, someone realizing something about their reactions. And there is, like, as they step into this divine masculine energy, you know, they're starting to feel regret for the way they treated you. With right person, wrong time, I feel like, I mean, that's pretty self-explanatory, but it feels like until this person is in divine masculine energy, it wasn't the right time, right? I feel like this person is starting to stand in their power. I don't know if they're all the way there, though. I'm just going to get 2 more for your person. Show me their person. Whoa, we have transformation. Mirroring. And we have abandonment. Yes, remember the first part? We had healing and fear of abandonment, chaser energy. That's what they were healing. That's just been confirmed. So they're transforming from this fear of abandonment. trying to figure out what their purpose is. What is their destiny? Do you know what I'm hearing? There has to be more to life than this, whatever their this is. And that's why I think that for some of you, this person could have recently went through a major loss that made them think about things. All right. Well then, I want to get this person's messages for you. So messages for you from this person. We have Aries. I was impulsive, irrational, and selfish. I pushed this connection to its breaking point. I'm sorry for causing so much conflict in our lives. February 8th, August 2nd, or the year 82. Come on and shuffle. All right, my dogs are going to go crazy for the next, probably until I'm done this reading. They're feeling anxious. Wordless. Not today. Remember, not today. 80. There is so much for me to tell you, but I am unable to express myself in a rational way. So this person is really thinking about their communication and how they express themselves and their reactions. And remember the fire in the air, hurtful words. So I'd rather keep quiet. All right. Let's see how this person is, what they want you to know. What does this person want you to know? Divine Masculine came out. That's nice. So if you are seeing their name everywhere or signs that make you think of them, I feel like that's the universe is trying to get you to activate your Divine Masculine energy because, you know, you're mirrors, and I feel like it's helping this person. But anyway, Divine Masculine. I am working on my Divine Masculine side. I need to be more assertive, confident, and speak up for myself. I can no longer, they need to learn how to express themselves in a rational way, right? I can no longer bow out of things and situations when I become fearful, the fish, but fight for what I love, and that is you. Wow. Let's get another one. We have tumultuous lives and spring. So March 20th to June 20th, 97, September 7th, July 9th. So spring. It's spring right now. Well, depending on where you are in the world. But those dates, March 20th to June 20th. And tumultuous lives, 72. So February 7th, July 2nd, or 1972, or 1997. We have experienced so many similar things in our lives. I always thought I was the only one to have these experiences. I take comfort in knowing that you truly understand me. So I feel like both you and this person have had like not easy lives. Let's get another one. We have Virgo. We have glow up. I feel like they're watching you glow up. We have Virgo 87, so why is my brain not working? August 7th, July 8th, or 1987. I had my life all planned out, so this person clearly wasn't expecting, like maybe their plan for their entire life was to be that fish. Anyway. Then I met you, everything changed. I didn't know how to rearrange my life for you. I should have learned to compromise. We have denial of connection, 34. So March 4th, April 3rd. I realize there is something between us, but I do not have I'm going to check with tarot. I almost want to say this in past tense. I realized there was something between us, but I didn't have the time or the capacity to understand it. Everything was too much too soon, and I had other things I needed to deal with. Ghosting. Remember the ghosting card. We have glow up, overcoming illness and negativity, the mouse. Remember? Illness and negativity, the mice. Feeling confident, getting on the right path in life. Beautiful. New phase, 31. So July. January 3rd, March 1st. My communication is breaking down right now. I'm working on myself every day. I hope to improve spiritually and emotionally to become a better person that deserves you. I am slowly moving forward in my life, and I hope to reunite with you one day. Nice. A few more. We have telepathic. Capricorn, 91, September 1st, January 9th. I was too focused on my career and goals. I took you for granted and expected you to wait for me. Unfortunately, you knew you'd be waiting forever. I'm sorry I never put you first. We have 56, so May 6th, June 5th. Random thoughts and intense feelings, telepathic. Notice patterns, images, or numbers in your day-to-day that remind you of your person. I feel you through everything. The things I touch, the images I see, and the voices I hear. We are connected throughout this universe, even if we are miles apart. So feeling the telepathic bond. And we have illusions, 43. So April 3rd, March 4th. My obsessive thinking got the best of me. I allowed my emotions and others to control and dictate my actions. Remember, they let their emotions dictate their actions. I keep thinking about that reaction. The camel, responsible for their own reactions. I finally understand I need to trust my intuition. Let's get two more. Twin Flame came out. Do you know what I was thinking when I picked up this deck? I was thinking that Soul Contract came out for them, but Twin Flame didn't come out for them, but it came out for you. You are their magical muse is what I'm hearing. 28, February 8th, August 2nd. New beginnings and alignment. Taking action towards destiny. Remember all that? Anyway, you were here. Creator of own reality through the power of manifestation. I used to limit my goals and place myself in a box based on what I was told I was capable of. Since meeting you, my views have expanded, so you could have really encouraged this person to go after their dreams, go after their destiny. Since meeting you, my views have expanded. I'm trying to dream big. Because of you, I know I deserve more. We have Twin Flame, February 4th, April 2nd. I recognize our connection was intense and still burns my soul. It is a connection that can never be broken, but it is one that must be balanced in order to move forward together. I wish Millie is losing her marbles right now. And we have self-love. This is nice. August 1st, January 8th. Learning to forgive oneself and others, healing their inner child with shadow work, recognizing triggers that have affected them from moving forward. I have been working on my self-worth, and I am recognizing the issues that have been holding me back. I'm trying to heal myself by loving myself first. And I honestly feel like this person wants to be a better version before they come back in, and that's why they're like, not today, I'm not ready. All right. So I'm just going to get you tarot. Tarot. Again, Millie's going to be crazy for the rest of this reading, probably. So I'm going to look at this person's energy, and then we're going to get their feelings for you and intentions. Froggy in my throat, releasing, cleansing, healing. We have the Ten of Pentacles. So working on leaving a legacy, working on their inheritance, stability, wealth, financial security, long-term success, roots, family. They're thinking about family, all right. They're thinking long-term. All right, so let's see your person's current energy. Oh, nice. Ace of Pentacles. So they could be, starting a new job or starting their own business or thinking about it. New material offer, new job or promotion, new opportunity, new manifestation, resource, stability, prosperity. So focusing on their stability. And we have Judgment. That's good. Judgment, final decisions, resolutions, wake-up call, inner calling, life purpose. Nice. Self-evaluation. That's really nice. Let's get one more for their energy. We have the Seven of Swords in reverse. Imposter syndrome, making amends for wrongdoing, confession, conscience, regret. I recognize my personal worth. Affirmation for them. They're recognizing their personal worth. But Seven of Swords in reverse, the end of running from themselves, the end of denying their shadows, the end of, denying the connection, wanting to stop those deceptive behaviors. Remember the snake and the fox. Very Seven of Swords, but it's in reverse. That's nice. So let's see how they're feeling about you. Whoa, we have the Emperor. So they could feel like you're in your divine masculine energy or standing in your power. But it looks like, for how they feel about you, they do want to be more stable and more, it's like they want to take action towards this. They want to take control of this situation. They had divine masculine come out 3 times. Not in the blue cards, but they had it in those other decks. Again, for how they feel about you, they could see you as someone who is, building something right now or sitting in your confidence, your divine masculine energy. They see you as someone very stable, very focused, very disciplined. But I also feel there's something about, wanting to take the lead here. Them. We've got the Page of Swords, so look at that, like watching you. Wanting to communicate, but the Page of Swords does give the energy of like they're getting more information before they communicate. All right, let's keep going. How are they feeling about you? Three of Swords in reverse. So forgiveness, recovery, apologies. Remember forgiveness as they step into their masculine energy. They're feeling more apologetic. They want forgiveness. They want to make amends. Emotional and physical healing, self-love. That's also talks about reconciliation. I just feel like this person is very serious about improving themselves to be, I'm hearing, the partner you deserve. Anyway. How are they feeling about you? Five of Swords in reverse. What is happening here? That's another card of reconciliation, wanting to make amends. Peace after trouble, making amends, reconciliation, past resentment, regret, remorse, resolution, wanting resolution. Whoa, the deck just slipped out of my hand. That's nice. I want to see how they're seeing you. How are they seeing you? Well then, we have the Seven of Wands, protecting your energy, boundaries. Remember I said that in the first part? I said maybe you put up boundaries. They are seeing you as standing your ground, having boundaries, defending your position, protecting your energy. So they see you as someone protecting your energy right now. Again, you could have put up boundaries. This is their perception of you. Let's get one more for how they're seeing you. How are they seeing you? Page of Wands, so adventure, excitement, fresh ideas, cheerfulness, energetic, fearlessness, discovery, limitless potential. They could be, perceiving that you're going after your dreams right now. All right, let's look at their intentions towards you. Intentions. That one went on the floor. I'll have to go get it. Intentions. Six of Cups. Queen of Pentacles. Marriage. Sorry, but that's their intentions, That's commitment energy right there. Queen of Pentacles, wanting, commitment, wanting stability. Six of Cups, wanting to reach out, reunion, joy, healing, comfort. Interesting. I just want to look at the Queen of Pentacles here. Queen of Pentacles. So their intentions are to be generous, caring, nurturing. They've got marriage on their brain. Practical, comforting, welcoming, stability, abundance, nurturing, kind partner, domestic comfort. I'm just going to go get that card on the floor. This is so nice for their intentions. Six of Pentacles. Giving and receiving, generosity, sharing, balance, gratitude, support. That's nice. So, I want to look at what action they're going to take in the future. You know what I might ask first? I might ask about timing of this first. What time frame are we looking at for action? What time frame are we looking at for action? So we have the Eight of Swords and we have the Three of Cups. So that is 8 weeks to 3 months. So we're going to look at the actions for 8 weeks to 3 months. What are their actions going to be? 8 weeks to 3 months. What will their action be? Whoa. Whoa. Jeez Louise. We have the Four of Wands, homecoming. 11/11, homecoming, celebration, harmony, marriage, family, friends, gatherings, reunion, stability, belonging. We have the Six of Wands, which is success, victory, public recognition, like being seen publicly as a couple. And we have the Eight of Wands, communication. That's a lot of fire. So 8 weeks to 3 months. They've definitely got marriage on the brain. What is your advice? I would just keep doing what you're doing. Keep doing what you're doing. What is your advice? What is your advice? What is your advice? What is your advice? We have... That's interesting. We have the Moon in reverse. We have the Moon in reverse. So release your fear. Secrets will be revealed. The truth will be exposed. Go after your dreams. Release any emotions that you're suppressing. Remember the waterfall? Let those tears flow. Release your emotions. It says it right here. Clarity and understanding. That's very nice. So if you're feeling emotional, cry. Let that out. Release any fears you have. I don't need to repeat this, but any secrets will be revealed. The truth will be exposed. Go after your dreams. You will have clarity and understanding about this. That's nice. Let's get one more for advice. Justice. Justice will be yours. Balance will be yours. I feel like this person will take accountability. Work on your balance. And we have That's interesting. We have the Eight of Cups, fully learning from the past. So continue learning from the past. All these things that are bubbling up that are coming to light that you're healing. Continue to learn from the past. It also says returning home. So I feel like once karma has been served and lessons have been learned, this person is going to be returning home with truth and accountability, an apology, and, you know, the truth will be revealed here. That's nice. All right. Let's see what you need to surrender. I love that surrender deck so much. I've only had it for like a month. I can't believe it took me so long. I can't believe it took me so long to get it. So, what do you need to release? What do you need to release? What do you need to release? Surrender to the beauty of the natural world. Take a relaxing break and spend time in nature. Replenish yourself by feeling the beauty and ecstasy there. We have surrender to wonder and awe. Open to the magic of every moment and sense the awe and wonder in all of life. This attitude will help keep you connected to the ecstasy of flow. And we have surrender comparisons with other people, especially if you're going to put yourself out there online. Keep your eyes trained on yourself. Focus on your own strengths, attractiveness, and power. And I always say we shouldn't be comparing ourselves to anyone unless it's a previous version of ourselves. Let's get one more. Surrender to success. Surrender your attachment to results. The formula for success is to do all you can do to make things happen, then let go of the results. Holding on too tightly to a desired outcome can sabotage it. And surrender to success. You are ready to experience abundance. Don't look back at previous roadblocks or difficulties. Leap into an exciting new world of possibilities. Yes. And we'll just get these ones. We have wedding. This person has marriage on the brain. You could have told them that marriage was important to you. We have true love. This is the romance of a lifetime. So what do you need to hear about this? What do you need to hear about this? We'll just get a few more. I can't see any of these except that there's a children one. Your love life is being affected by children. So that could be children, or it could be, I always say with that card, it could be your inner childhood wounding. We have trust. This situation is calling for you to have faith, and it reminds me of that justice card. We have soulmate. Yes, this is a soulmate. We have separation. And we have express your love, which I think that you should express your love towards yourself in the mirror. I'm not saying to go express your love to this person. That's not what I'm saying. I think that this person is going to express their love for you. 8 of Wands, 4 of Wands, 6 of Wands, all in the upright. But if you really feel called to express your love, go express it to yourself in your mirror, is what I'm hearing. We'll just get 2 more. We have romantic feelings. Your feelings are real and worth exploring. We have, that is so interesting. We have worth waiting for. And we have reconciliation. And we have pay attention to the red flags. So pay attention to the red flags within you is what I'm hearing. You know, maybe in the past this person was showing you red flags, and maybe because you saw this person as your counterpart, you ignored them for a while. But pay attention to the red flags within you. And that's what I meant about that dragonfly, things coming to the surface right now. You could be, you know, realizing some things that you still have left to heal and work on. But anyway, I'm sending you lots of love and light, my friends, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.